going on, you guys? You're back. What's up? Okay, so this video is going to be off of fasting now. The first time I started fasting was 2015, beginning of the year 2015. I always start off the year, like in the first 3 months, just on some major prayer stuff, just going in, you know, some type of spiritual growth happens, and I love it. So in particular, it was fasting at that time, and it was something crucial when it came in, and it just kind of, it wasn't for a long period of time for that. When I first started doing it, I think it was just for a few hours in that day, and I just dedicated those few hours to not eating. I was hungry, but I said, I'm not going to eat, I'm just going to pray right now. And I got my Bible out, I was on the floor, and I was going in because it was major. And God sure did answer that prayer. Let me tell you something. Every time I have fasted, every time I have been deep in prayer and incorporated fasting, incorporated, you know, devoting myself to God, when I was in super need of something to come through, He always did it. In fact, everything I need, God always supplies, always. But it's never failed me. Every time I fast, something incredible happens right after it. Something, you know, mind-blowing, or a mountain moves, and something magnificent comes through after that. So I'm just trying to tell you guys, get into that fasting. Everybody's different. Whatever works for you, but it's for you and God. You don't have to tell everybody that you're fasting. Don't go out broadcasting, just do it. I'm making this video because I want to give my own 2 cents about fasting and my own experiences and what has been working for me. But yeah, so like that first time was 2015, and 2016 I fasted a lot. 2016 there was a lot that I really needed God to do, and I knew it was urgent, and I dedicated myself to some fasting. I never went days straight without it. You know, the most I would go was like 24 hours, but it was 1 week where it was almost every other day. It was a fast session, and it was a prayer session. What is important for people to remember, because this is really for the young folks out here who are, you know, starting their relationship with Christ, or just people who are new to serving God. What I will say is, remember to pray in your fasting. It's not just, I'm not eating food today, or I'm not drinking or eating this type of food today, or etc. Remember to pray. You're giving an offering to God. You're making that sacrifice to God. You have to remember to pray in this sacrifice. What do you need? What are you thankful for? What do you want to say to God? And make sure you're doing it in a good amount of time throughout the day. I mean, it's a humbling experience. I'm telling you, when I first did it, I was kind of just like, man, some rice with some butter right now sounds really good. I could really go for some toast. Like, I was thinking about all the things I wanted to eat. And then it wasn't towards the end of my fasting where I was like, wow, none of that matters. I feel really humble right now. I'm so thankful for this. I'm so thankful for that. Like, you will be thankful. You might get a little irritable, a little distracted, but when you really fight through it and you get down to why you're doing this, what you need from God, what you want to do for God, then you'll see how much of a beautiful experience it is and how refreshing it is. Like, it is really an amazing thing. I always make sure it's something I do monthly, and always give God my time in that way, no matter how many times it is that month. I also, last year, went on this thing where for 6 months, I went without listening to secular music, and it was hard as I don't know what, because no matter where I went, that type of music was playing. Secular music, for those who don't know, is anything not of God. So that was difficult, you know, but He luckily was telling me, He said, don't worry about it. When you're with other people, you can listen to it. But when it's you and I alone, I don't want you listening to it. Because He knew when I'm around other people that it would not be avoidable. And if it was playing, I try to like tune it out and not really listen to the words. But I did it though. I made it through those 6 months. And when I started listening to it again, I was trying to still incorporate God and everything. Because when I listened to the gospel music, that was what I needed to lean on through hard times. And, you know, leaning on God through music and all that. And then I would listen to instrumentals, and I'd just throw God up in the track, freestyle it. Then when it came to listening to the music again, the secular music after the fast was over, if you want to call it a fast, after that was over, that was hard because, well, it wasn't hard, but it was just when I started listening to it again, I would have him still incorporated in the songs, and then, you know, it kind of withered off. But it was so much easier when I was just giving God all the time that I could and playing my music of God all the time. When the secular music came back, I could see how it can definitely distract you and hinder you, but I made sure what I listened to, if I ever had secular music playing, it was because of the beats, honestly. And then I like clean versions. I'm not trying to hear no nasty cussing up in my ears. I do not like cussing. So it's one of the things I'm working on, you know. It's the music, but you gotta make sure that what you're listening to is not change your spirits, doesn't get you in some places that you should not be, doing things you shouldn't be doing. If it starts changing your thoughts, it gotta go. But, you know, try that in your life. Try going through some things at some point where you're like, I'm not gonna do this anymore, I'm not gonna do that anymore, and that's my sacrifice I'm gonna give to God, and I'm gonna serve him and honor him and praise him through it. It was not that hard to do at all. It just kind of was an adjusting thing when it came to me being around other people. I was like, ooh, should I be dancing to this? Should I even listen to it like that? It just didn't feel right. And even still, when I hear some stuff, I'm like, get out. But I'm telling you, most of the things I listen to is because I like to gig, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a dancer. But that's what that Kirk Franklin's for. Do you want a revolution? You could get your gigging on listening to some Kirk Franklin. There's nothing wrong with that gospel gigging, I'm telling you. Just getting it right for Jesus. That's all it is. But, you know, fasting and doing your thing for God, it's all worth it. Be patient through it. Stay humble through it. Stay praying through it. And it is going to be amazing. But anyways, I hope you guys have a lit and godly 2017. I'm telling you, I'm coming at you with this. Lit and godly. Get it. Let's get it. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more. Ow. When did I start fasting? Girl, my thoughts have escaped me. Why can't I think? Why can't I think right now? With it. A month. Why? Why do you have to do too much right now? Yes! Yes!